the semi-quincentennial Congressional Time Capsule Act. This nonpartisan legislation would authorize a time capsule to be buried on the Capitol grounds to mark the nation's semi-quincentennial.
Create a time capsule and have it buried on the West Lawn to remain sealed until July 4th, 2276, the nation's 500th anniversary.
Let's talk time capsules.
The model of the DNA double helix will be placed in the capsule.
If I had a time capsule to be opened 1,000 years from now that would tell people what our generation was like, one of the things that I would include is Tom Harkin's Americans with Disabilities Act.
What was the purpose of putting things like that in a time capsule?
I had an assignment the other day. Someone asked me to write a letter for a time capsule that is going to be opened in Los Angeles 100 years from now on our tricentennial. It sounded like an easy assignment. They suggested I write something about the problems and issues of the day, and I set out to do so, riding down the coast in an automobile.
I was given an assignment to write a letter. It was to go into a time capsule and would be read in 100 years when that time capsule was opened. I remember driving down the California coast.
A time capsule was buried as an expression of faith in that continuity.
Contents of the capsule. This is the capsule itself. Not meant to be a time capsule, but a dedication capsule.
President Wilson presented an autographed photograph of himself.
There were pictures of Rutherford B. Hayes and his wife.
It's a time capsule buried here in May of 1903, which is decided to remain lost.
Might be nice to locate it if we could find it.
What's in some of America's most legendary time capsules? Find out in the latest episode of C-SPAN's podcast, The Weekly. Find C-SPAN's The Weekly wherever you get podcasts. The Weekly!
Time capsule of cupuli, deposited on the site of the New York World's Fair on September 23, 1938, by the Westinghouse Electric and Manufacturing Company. If anyone should come upon this capsule before the year AD 6939,